Hi, I'm John Ditloff, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix your low testosterone naturally without TRT. When I was in college, I had low testosterone, and it was hard for me to put on muscle. My voice was a lot lighter. I had no confidence, I had no drive, and I was depressed all the time. But after I figured out how to optimize my testosterone naturally, I put on 40 pounds of muscle naturally in 3 years. My testosterone levels are over 1,500 nanograms per deciliter, which is just outside the testable range for most tests. I'm way happier, I'm driven, and I don't have ED, so yeah, it's pretty great. And really, there's only 3 main components to optimizing your testosterone naturally, and that's fixing your lifestyle, your mindset, and your environment. There are 5 key components to having a high testosterone lifestyle. That is going to be your diet, your sleep, your training, your exposure to sunlight, and engaging in competition on a regular basis. The first one is going to be sleep. If you want to fix your sleep naturally so you have higher testosterone, you need to fix your circadian rhythm. What that is your body's internal clock that tells you when to go to bed and when to wake up. The way you optimize this is by having a consistent bedtime and avoiding blue lights before bed, because blue light tells your body to wake up. So what you want to do is avoid that light and instead expose yourself to more orange light, like the light at the sunset. That's going to tell your body it's time to wind down, and then you want to avoid bright screens before bed and go to bed on time. If you do this consistently, you'll have higher testosterone. For the high testosterone diet, you want to be avoiding junk food and eating real food from plants and animals. What this means is that you're not eating McDonald's or Doritos or Cheetos or any of the garbage that you know you shouldn't be eating. Instead, you want to have a diet that consists of plants and animals. Mainly rice, potatoes, sourdough bread, and then red meat and eggs are critical, but you want to make sure you're having enough carbohydrates. People in the keto and carnivore community get that wrong all the time. Your body needs carbohydrates, and you're just so much healthier, and you will have higher testosterone by way of eating adequate carbohydrates. So make sure you're getting them from clean, whole food. And then you want to cover all of your micronutrient bases. So make sure that you are eating red meat, eggs, fatty fish, and oysters. Oysters are often overlooked, but they're pretty high in zinc. Have a significant impact on your testosterone production. On top of that, you want to make sure you're eating dairy. Really, when you want to fix your testosterone, you want to make sure you don't have any micronutrient deficiencies, because that will interfere with your natural testosterone production. So have a bit of everything. Make sure you're having dairy in your diet as well. If you can't tolerate it, find something that allows you to get calcium in at least. And then you want to make sure you're getting enough fruits and vegetables in to get those water-soluble micronutrients. It's going to help you be much more lively and vital. I like a lot of high vitamin C high water fruits. So that's things like oranges, watermelons, peaches, things of that nature. And then as for veggies, I mostly have carrots, spinach, bell peppers. Occasionally I have other things, but those are staples in my diet. I also like onions and garlic. What can I say? Stinky boy over here. Now the third part of your lifestyle is going to be training. You need to be doing cardio and engaging in progressive resistance training. For the progressive resistance training, pick simple exercises and just get better at them every single week. I would stick to the foundational ones and variations within those. Things like squats, bench press, deadlifts, dips, rows, chin-ups, overhead press. If you just get good at all of those, you're going to build a lot of muscle, you're going to become much stronger. And all you have to do is just increase the weight that you're doing on those exercises every single week. I would stick to the 5 to 12 rep range and really push the intensity on the exercises with the emphasis of adding weight each week. If you do that over weeks and months and years, you'll build muscle, you'll have higher testosterone, and you need to be doing cardio. This is something people in the gym community overlook all the time. But your aerobic health underpins pretty much all of your health. So if you want to have some easy low-hanging fruit that you can pick to improve your health, start doing 30 minutes of low-intensity steady-state cardio every day. That doesn't mean that you're just coasting along on the treadmill, going for a walk, and it doesn't mean that you're working until your heart rate's so high that you vomit. What it means is that you're just getting your heart rate up for 30 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be crazy. You just have to get it in. This is not the same thing as going for walks throughout the day, although walking more throughout the day will help you improve your body composition and will help you be healthier. But that's just because you're burning more calories and you're more active, and those things aren't the same thing. Burning more calories doesn't mean you're healthier. it's just good to be more active. Now, the fourth part of this is just spending more time outside in the sun, in nature. Being around plants will help you relax, and having sunlight on your skin will help regulate your circadian rhythm, so your body knows what time of day it is, improve your metabolism, it'll improve your vitamin D production, and it'll increase your testosterone. So make sure you're spending more time in the sun. Now, the fifth component of the lifestyle that allows you to have higher testosterone is being more competitive. Whether it's being more competitive with yourself, being competitive in a sport, being competitive in a game, or in a career, you want to be engaging in competition on a regular basis. Testosterone is the hormone that allows us to get stronger to win in areas of survival and replication. So whether you're trying to win a game, win a fight, or win status to get a woman, you will have higher testosterone. So engage in competition on a regular basis. Now, the second pillar of test maxing is mindset. Without the right mindset in place, you can't execute on the lifestyle that allows you to have higher testosterone. So what you need to do is start off with a vision, a goal, or a purpose for yourself that having higher testosterone, being stronger and more masculine, allows you to do. It's going to be different for everyone, but pretty much everybody wants some of the same things, which is health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. Write out how being a higher testosterone, stronger, more assertive, masculine man is going to fit into you having all of those things, so that you have a lens through which to look, so that you understand why it's so important for you to do the habits that make you higher testosterone. Now, the next component of the mindset pillar is going to be self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't empower yourself with believing in yourself, you will not be able to execute on any of the things it takes to get to where you want to go in life. There's a saying that there are two wolves in your head. One talks you down, one talks you up. You feed the wolf that you want with your attention. So feed the wolf that serves you and your beliefs. Now, the next component of the mindset pillar is going to be effort. You want to be giving as much effort as you can in everything you do. It doesn't matter whether it's your training, your diet, your sleep, your career, your relationship, the way you treat other people. You want to be doing your best in everything you do. The universe tends to give you what you give it. So give all the effort that you possibly can. Now, the fourth component of the mindset pillar is going to be competition. We talked about that in lifestyle, but it's a huge part of your mindset. You want to be competing to win all the time. Try to win at every single thing that you do, whether it's with yourself or with others. Compete to win, which takes us into what meaning means, and that really comes down to progress. You need to focus on your own progress every single day, week, month, and year. What that does is makes it so that you're competing with yourself, but also so that you have ways to move forward in life, things to focus on in order to make that happen. Focus is going to be the sixth component of this whole thing. Without the right focus of intent on the things you're doing to move you towards your goals or having higher testosterone every single day, you're not going to maintain it. So you need to focus on having higher testosterone and making those things happen. And then you want to be disciplined. This is the seventh component. Discipline is just denying the things that interfere with what you're focused on achieving. Meaning that if you have people invite you to go slam a bunch of shots, eat a bunch of Doritos, you say no because it interferes with your goal. That's what the discipline mindset is. Now, the third pillar of test maxing is your environment. People like to blame their environment on whether or not they fail or succeed. And while your own success should be determined by your own desire, willpower, determination, creating your environment to be more conducive to you having higher testosterone or accomplishing what you want to accomplish is going to make it very, very easy. It's going to change how difficult it is for you to do the things that take you there. So when it comes to your diet, that means making sure that you always have healthy food in the house, making sure you don't have unhealthy food in the house, making sure that you batch cook and meal prep so that you always have that healthy food available and you're not tempted to just DoorDash, go out to eat, etc. It means that you always have gym clothes that are clean so that you don't have the excuse of not having clean clothes in order to go to the gym. It means that you pack those gym clothes and that meal prep so that you have the food to eat throughout the day. It means that you have the clothes in the car so that when you get done with work, you can go to the gym on the way home and it's not another trip you have to make after you already get home from work. Or you go before work and shower at the gym, or get creative with how you can make the gym an easier part of your day. Make all these things an easier part of your day. It means that for your environment, you make sure that you don't have a phone in your room when you go to bed, and you condition your mind to only sleep in your bed. So you're not on your phone or reading in bed. Instead, you program your mind to only associate sleeping with your bed. Now, while there's lots of little tips and tricks you can do to create your environment to help you, do the things you have to do, the other component of creating a higher testosterone environment is removing a lot of the endocrine disrupting chemicals that permeate our lives nowadays. While exposing yourself to these things occasionally isn't going to make or break you, it is good practice to remove like the plastic water bottles, the plastic Tupperware. It's good practice to have a shower filter and a water filter, since there's so many contaminants in the public water supply, and have an air filter, because there's going to be less mold particles and particulates in the air that you breathe. And then you want to get rid of all the synthetic fragrances with things like phthalates. And then you want to get rid of like clones with phthalates in them. You want to get rid of things like air fresheners, candles, wall plugs. Those all have substances in them which will interfere with your endogenous testosterone production. You can even go so far as only having cotton and wool and linen clothes, because there are things in polyester clothing that do suppress testosterone. Another great thing you can do that will indirectly increase testosterone is just changing up the lighting in your house. If you remove all the LEDs and replace them with incandescent bulbs, it's going to make it easier for you to fall asleep before bed, which will increase your testosterone. So you want to make sure that your environment is more conducive to you having higher testosterone. If you implement all these things, you'll see a significant increase in your testosterone. If you implement all that, you'll have higher testosterone. And if you're interested in learning more or working on one-on-one with me, you can DM me for coaching or book a call with a link down below. And if you just want to watch more content and learn a bit more, you can click on the video in the end screen here.